right now with the lefties, I think what they really need is a good project. I want them to touch grass.
Do you think that the current trend that we see with people being ultra far left, like being Maoists and Stalinists and stuff in their 20s and 30s, do you think that this is a fad, kind of like how we saw with like really extreme right wing positions being really popular back in like 2015, 2016? And do you think, or what do you think is going to happen if you do think it is a fad whenever it ends?
I think it's a
Does that make
fad.
sense?
Yeah, I think it's a fad caused by doomerism. The thing that seems to unite so many of these usually very poorly educated radical lefties is one, a hatred of America, and two, a hatred of reformism, unless it's being done by non-Americans, in which case it's based. It seems to me like a lot of them are just really blackpilled on the efficacy of the democratic process, so they turn to the most hyperbolically radical alternative possible, defending positions because they're not liberal. And I don't think that's functionally the same as the alt-right, because the alt-right
Sure.
seems to have emerged not from doomerism, but more optimism. That the alt-right, like, kind of sort of, they all linked arms at around the same time and realized there were more of them than they thought, because their speech had been basically impossible to find online beforehand, and they thought they were going to have like this big tidal wave. And you know what I mean? Like, their rhetoric seemed more optimistic. It used to, not now. That bubble has popped. Now all the remaining alt-righters are hardcore doomers. Richard Spencer voted for Biden. Nick Fuentes is in the fucking dark zone of the internet now.
Like in the shadow realm.
Yeah, in the shadow realm. So many of them got deplatformed from social media, you know? So, like, they're in the doomer zone now. Right now with the lefties, I think what they really need is a good project. I want them to touch grass. They need to get, like, they need to get behind some real, empirical, current political project that actually means something, and they need to go outside and they need to make friends, because I know they don't have any fucking friends. If they did, they wouldn't be spending so much time on Twitter. They need to make some friends and think, and just recontextualize their life, because I think a lot of these people are borderline suicidal cases, and the reason they idealize revolutionary aesthetics so much is because they fantasize about giving their lives for the revolution, so that hypothetical
Sense of
future
purpose.
people, yeah, because they want a sense of purpose that badly,
Yeah.
which is similar to the alt-right, because that lack of a sense of purpose does tend to unite radicals. And the problem
Right.
is, like, it's really dumb. It's dumb for 20 reasons. We're not getting a revolution right now, and if we did, they would be useless because they're all limp-wristed, emaciated 20-something TikTokers who couldn't hold or use a gun if their life depended on it. So, like, that's not happening. That's why they don't go outside, which is, by the way, what you need to do to train for an uprising. So, yeah, just when the bubble pops, I think that a lot of them are going to go the Chapo route, which is that they're just going to be, like, hyper doomers that just want to sit on the sidelines and smirk at anyone making an effort, you know?
Hey, do you think that that's kind of like where we get these anonymous irony, like shitposty, vaguely associated with left sentiment accounts from? And like, is that sort of this like post enthusiasm left?
Yeah, and it's incredibly frustrating because they're literally, in the strict sense of the word, counter-revolutionaries. There's real left organizing efforts being made in this country and around the world, and they are dragging down at them as a weight from the feet because they are so opposed to taking credit for and taking responsibility for the consequences of any actual real life movement, you know? It's super, super sad, but I don't know. They're all like sad cases anyway, so we should probably feel bad for them more than anyone else.